Hello, this is Boris Yeltsin and I am speaking from the dimensions, and I am here to have all the people of the world and Russia know that I am still here and that I did not die and I still exist. And I would like to share with you my experience when I died and how I experienced myself on earth. Now, remember that my experience that I'm sharing right now is interdimensional, meaning I'm going to speak to you how I, as who I am right now, on earth, and also crossed over to the dimension. So I'm going to give you an interdimensional perspective on my life on earth, and how and what happened there, and then how I experienced myself when I died. But first, before I continue, let me tell you about that I still exist, and that when you die, you don't really die. You actually move in a spirit form out of your physical body. But now everything has changed, so it's not like you're now this ghost that'll live on forever, doing nothing, floating in the heavens. It's all ethereal like. No, that's not how it works. You die, you move on, you move to the dimensional existence, and then you're right back here on earth, so we can start shaking up the world and start waking up the world while we shake it up, so that human beings on this world and on this earth plane can start realizing what the hell is really going on. So, my life on earth was rather an interesting one, though it was rather strange how I experienced myself in terms of having to, you know, the whole male form, the male dominant powerful expression. And it's interesting because when I died and I got to the dimensions, I was quite tired, you know, this heavy feeling, and you know, I realized what I had done to myself while I was, let me just get my sit right, while I was on earth. And oh, it's quite nice to finally have an opportunity to sit quite comfortably here, because you know, when you're on earth and you had the position that I had, you have to give a certain specific presentation for the people, because you have to stand for the people, as the people, and you have to stand for your responsibility as your responsibility. And you know, it made me tired. It made me very tired. And you know, you have to stand as that presence, and you have to speak the specific words to the people, and you have to be dressed a certain way, and you know, you have to be specific in your hand maneuvers. You can't be too soft. You can't show that you are in any way that you feel. You have to become this stone cold, powerful, influential spokesman, and you've got to get the people's trust, and you've got to get the people's support. And that whole change, because now while I was here, I had to change myself, and I had to mold myself, and I had to become the certain specific presentation of myself, and it makes you tired. And you know, when I got down to the dimensions now after I had died, and you know, I understand that it must be difficult to comprehend, you know, that here, me, Boris, still existing. Yeah, my voice might be a bit strange because I'm still speaking through this portal. The person whose body excuse me, this body's the person whose body this is voice, I have to use to kind of present myself also here, but I'm fully here in her body, and I have the ability to communicate with you. And you know, that's what I experienced in my life, especially in the position that I was, and the responsibility I had, and the position I had was very specific, and therefore I had to kind of mold and change myself specifically from that perspective. And you know, you get tired, you get fucking tired, you get tired because you have to change yourself completely, and you have to remain that way in front of everyone, because in the position that I was, there's little people you can trust, little people, little, almost none. and you kind of have to keep your composure no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Maybe the only time I had the ability to be myself was when I slept. And so I'm grateful that I died, because, you know, this world is tough, this world is hard, and this world is, is difficult to survive in. And I realized that when I died is that my whole expression, my whole presentation, and my entire manifested form of, you know, how I presented myself was to survive, because you can't trust anyone in this world. It is difficult, it is hard, and it is rough. And to kind of stand in that position in front of people, you know, to have them trust you if you don't even trust yourself or the person standing next to you, it's quite difficult to handle. And so, you know, and it's so easy, I found while I was here, to use words, the words I spoke, to kind of beautifully manipulate people. Presentations that I'd given, every time that I'd spoken, you know, they have psychologists that predict human nature in this world, and they do it through these mind vibration frequency machines that pick up on the human mind frequency resonating, and it kind of can pick up on the emotions and feelings of people. And then what they do is they give me, or whichever president in the world, I'm certain most presidents use it, to kind of specifically place the words and sentences of what to say, so that the people, it would lift the people's spirits, you know. And then afterwards they'd see how the people are reacting. And this is connected to all people in the country. So that's how they, oh excuse me, scratching in the nose there. So that's what they use to kind of manipulate the humans in a country, a society. And it's the same with the broadcasting, the media, the news. It first goes through governmental approval. The psychiatrists specifically approval of what we're going to present to these people, to lift their spirits, to change their mind frequencies and their emotions and feelings. And we're able to even direct it to a specific way, you know, direct the sheep or the herd into a specific direction to control them, to control what they feel, what they experience, and what they think. And that's what I've done, that's what I've used, and it works, you know, it works because you just place specific words, and it's not necessarily have to be the entire presentation. It only has to be specific words that are placed into specific lines in a sentence, and that already programs the mind into feeling or experiencing the beings themselves in a specific way. So when people react to a presentation of a president, that reaction isn't really them. It's the words that have been spoken that have programmed the people's minds, and that's fascinating. So it's interesting how this works, because they pick up on the frequency resonance of the mind and the emotions and feelings, and then according to that they can equate how people feel, and they can put certain words in to direct those emotions to a certain direction. So you're able to direct emotions with words and feelings with words, and manipulate human beings. So most of what people think, or what you feel, or what you experience about a certain subject might not really be you. It might actually be words that have been spoken by media, broadcasting, newspapers, or by the presidents, or by chief executives, or whatever. They specifically use these psychiatrists who have these machines, and they're able to detect worldwide, actually, mind frequency resonations, because all minds are the same, really. All people's minds are exactly the same. All people who think, all people who feel, all people who have emotions. Excuse me, eyes are a bit strange. Body's still doing this expression. But anyway, so that's what's being done, and that's what I used. So that's about what I want to talk about right now, give you some insight. And that makes you wonder, probably makes you think, that are human beings really alive? Or are human beings really alive? Or are you just robots, systems, sheep, herds who are able to be directed to a certain event, or to experience, or to feel, or to think about something, or directed to something through words from another, And that's not really you that's thinking that or feeling that, but the words that have been spoken have manipulated you to feel that and to experience that and to support that. So, yeah, that's what I have to say. So that's a bit of an insight of what I experience on Earth and what people use here to manipulate societies. And I still exist. I'm not dead. I'm still alive. And so, I'll probably come back and speak some more, but there's a little juicy part of what's really going on in this world. Thanks. This is Boris, and me saying goodbye.